This paper is to help you review for dilations and understand dilations. The enlargement or reduction of a figure. That is what dilation is. The scale factor indicates how much the figure will enlarge or reduce. The variable for scale factor will be K. So when you see K equals, this would mean scale factor equals. When it is greater than 1, the dilation is an enlargement. If it is less than 1, the dilation is a reduction. Dilations results in similar figures. Same shape, different size. Okay, so number 1, the formula will be for scale factor to find the new image is going to be original image times your scale factor equals your new image. Okay? And remember, we said scale factor, the variable is going to be K. So there's my scale factor. And since the scale factor it's larger than 1, it's going to be an enlargement. So on the side, I want you to write enlargement. So let's plot the original figure. So A would be -3, 4. So we start at the origin and we go -3, 1, 2, 3, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to label this one A. B is going to be 2, 1, 1, 2, up 1, and that would be B. C is going to be -1, -5. And then we need to take a straight edge. So looking for my ruler. I'm not to find it. So I will use this. Oh, there it is. So this is my original figure. Oops, and I did not label this one C. Okay? So draw your original figure. Once we get it drawn, I want you to highlight the original figure. Since we know it's an enlargement, if the new figure doesn't look exactly like the original figure, but larger, then we've done something wrong. So, on a piece of notebook paper, number 1, we have your original times scale factor equals image. The original for A equals -3 times my scale factor, which is 2, which is going to equal -6. So -6 is going to equal a prime. That's my x of a prime. So down here I can write -6 and the original a y would be 4 times 2 equals 8. So right here I would put 8. So these enlargements are very easy because if you see your scale factor, you're going to simply multiply it by your scale factor. Okay, so enlargements are really easy. Some of our reductions are easy, but let's go ahead. We don't need the notebook paper now. I just wanted to show you what we were doing. So let's take the b. I have 2. I'm going to multiply it by my scale factor, which is 2, and I'm going to get 4 as my new image. 1 times 2 is 2. C would be -1 times 2 would be a -2. -5 times 2 is a -10. So there's our enlarged coordinates. Now let's draw it. -6, 8. We're going to start at the origin. We're going to go to the left 6 times because it's a negative. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These lines are so small. And then up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to label that a prime. When we label things, remember the new image has to be prime, so we put the little tick mark up there. B prime would be 4, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. B prime. I'll go ahead and draw my line. C is going to be -2, -10. So since it's negative, we're going to go to the left 1, 2, and down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's going to be my C prime. So let's draw the figure. And so my figure is the same shape, but it's enlarged. So it's a similar figure. Number 2 is also going to be an enlargement. So I want you to write enlargement here. And it's going to be doing the same thing. If we plot the original, which would be 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that is P. Then we have Q as 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, Q. R is 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then S would be 1, 1. This is a very small figure. We're going to attach, draw lines to each of them, connect them. And then, thank goodness it's enlargement because this one's pretty small. I want to highlight it so I know this is the original. And since it's a whole number, my scale factor, scale factor equals 4. So again, original times scale factor equals the new image. So for P, 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 4 is 18. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 4, a lot of 12s. And 1 times 4, 1 times 4, 1 times 4. So this is going to be your new figure. I'm going to let you draw the new figure. Remember, when you draw the new figure, put your tick marks and make sure it looks like this figure, but enlarged. Let's move down to number 3. Each square vertices is, okay. Now then, our scale factor is 1/2. In our notes, when we said the scale factor was less than 1, it's going to be a reduction. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and plot our original figure. It's our first reduction. I want you to label it as reduction. And sometimes this is confusing to people, but if you notice the grids, they've been giving you only the quadrant that we need. So this is actually quadrant 4. It just saves them space on a whole grid when you're only going to use one quadrant. So my original would be 8, 8. So I go over 8 since it's positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be E. F would be 16. So if we know this one's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be F. Then we have G, which is 18, negative 4. This was 16, 17, 18, negative 14, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, right here. Is going to be G. H is going to be 10. So it's 8, 9, 10, down 16. And we know down here was 14, 15, 16. So that's going to be H. So this is our original figure. And since it's our original, we kind of want to highlight it just so we know that the new figure should be the same figure but a different size. And we know it's going to be a reduction. Remember, scale factor times original equals new image. But here we go with fractions, multiplying fractions. So on a piece of notebook paper, got number 3. My E prime would be, scale factor is 1/2 times my original, which would be 8, equals my new image. When we're multiplying fractions, multiply straight across would be 8 over 2, which would be 4. So my first answer right there would be 4, and since it's simply a negative 8, it's going to be a negative 4. Okay, if you notice what we did with a half, we divided by 2. So if your fraction is a fraction with a 1 over a number, we're going to simply divide it instead of showing all your work. That's what's easy about this. So we're going to go over here, find F. So if we're going to divide 16 by 2, that's going to give you 8. And negative 6 divided by 2 will be negative 3. G would be your 18. We're going to divide 18 by 2 because if we take half of 18, which is what we're doing, it's going to be 9. Negative 14, if we take half of negative 14, that's going to be a negative 7. We're going to move over to H. Half of 10 is going to be 5. Half of negative 16 is going to be negative 8. So now all we have to do is go and plot our new figure. And since it is a reduction, it's going to be smaller than this figure. And if it doesn't look the same shape, but smaller, then we've done something wrong. So let's go and plot E prime. Since it's positive, we're going to go to the right 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be E prime. Remember, on prime numbers, put your little tick mark. F is going to be 8, negative 3. So we're going to go over 8, and this right here was 4. So we're going to start here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be F1, prime number. G is 9, negative 7. Since this was 8, I'm going to go over one more for 9 and down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is G prime. H prime is going to be 5, negative 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is H prime. So we need to connect them to see the new figure. And there's our dilation of a reduction to the new figure. Number 4, our scale factor, because remember, K stands for scale factor. And again, it's less than 1, so it's going to be a reduction. So on the side of your paper, you need to write reduction. And we need to plot your original figure. So let's go over negative 18. So again, they're only going to show us the quadrant that we need. So this is your X, this is your Y. So this is actually quadrant 2 and 3. 1 would be here, 4 would be here. So it's cut off part of it just to save room on the paper. So T is going to be a negative 18, 3. Start at 0, and we're going to go to the left since it's negative 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And we're going to go up 3. It's positive. 1, 2, 3. And label it T. Then we're going to find U as 0. So we're going to stay at the origin, and we're going to go up 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that will be U. V is going to be a -6, -6. So start at the origin. Since it's negative, we're going to go to the left 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's a -6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is V. And I'm going to go ahead and connect these before I get confused. T to U. U to V. And then W is -15, 9. So we're going to go back 15, and then we're going to go down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that will be W. So we make our original image. And we highlight our original image. That way when we draw the new image, it's got to look the same shape for a similar figure, same shape, different size. And we know that it's going to be a reduction. So if it hasn't shrank, we know we didn't do it right, but it's got to look the same shape. And just like we did with number 3, and we're working with fractions, and we multiply fractions across, we really eventually are going to divide by 3. Okay, so we'll do the first one, and then we can start just dividing. So T would be -18 over 1 times 1/3. It would be -18 over 3. And when we reduce that, you're going to get a -6. So if we know actually what we're doing when we multiply, we don't have to show that work. We can just divide by 3. Okay, because we're taking 1/3 of it away. So let's look at okay, we just did that one. So let's put -6 in T prime. So let's look at the next one. The next coordinate is 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 0 divided by 3 is 0. 9 divided by 3 is 3. -6 divided by 3, because it's a negative, you keep the negative, and it's going to be 2. And -6, it's going to be -2. -15 divided by 3 was going to be a -5. -9, -3. So this is our prime image right here, our new image. I'm going to let y'all plot those points and make sure the figure is similar and it is a reduction. Okay, let's turn the paper over. We're going to remember, highlight all the original images. All originals. Okay, on every single one, highlight all the original images. And also I want us to write enlargement or reduction. And I want to show y'all this one right here, because we haven't worked a fraction like this one. We've worked with these. So this one, you're going to end up dividing all these by 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the plots for that, so we can, but you're going to have to plot them on the graph by yourself. 0 divided by 4 is 0. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 0 divided by 4 is 0. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay, so remember, I want you to go plot the original, highlight the original, and then plot your, let's see. Is this going to be an enlargement or a reduction? It's going to be a reduction. So we're going to do number 6 together because the scale factor is 3 halves. That changes our multiplication a little bit with the fraction part. I'm not going to draw it out for you. We're just going to work the problems, and then you're going to draw the figures yourself. So just because it's a fraction doesn't mean it's going to be reduced. Okay, because if you look, this is an improper fraction. We could change that to 1 1/2. So just because it's a fraction does not mean it's going to be a reduction. This one is an enlargement because it's actually improper fraction and it would equal 1 1/2. So it's larger than 1. So this one's going to be an enlargement. Okay. So number 6, let's look at how we're going to do this one since it's not like a pretty division like our 1/4 was. So still it's going to be your scale factor times your original equals your new image. Scale factor is going to be 3 halves times the original. Well, we know 0 times anything, 0. So let's work with 2. So 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. So that's going to equal 3. The next one is going to be 4. So scale factor times 4. 3 times 4 is 12 over 2. 12 over 2 is actually 6. Then we have 3 halves times 6. And that's going to be 18 over 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. And the last one, Z would be 3 halves times 8 over 1. And 3 times 8 is 24 over 2. And that's going to equal 12. And 0 times whatever is 0, so there's your new coordinates. You need to plot your original, highlight it yellow, plot your new one, make sure you mark them with primes, x prime, y prime, z prime. Make sure it's a similar figure, same shape, different size, and it's an enlargement. Okay, this one's a pretty number for scale factor, so you're just going to, over here, you need to write, or up here, your B, C, D, E originals. You're going to go and grab those coordinates off of this, and remember, this is your origin right here. Here is your y-axis. Here is your x-axis. Y, x. So all this is going to be a positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. is going to be your originals. And since it's a whole number, it's going to be an enlargement. And we're going to highlight our original figure. And then when you get your original coordinates, you're going to multiply them by 3. The next one is still a pretty number. Your scale factor is 1/2. So when you take 1/2 of something, you're simply dividing by 2. So you're going to write out QRS as your original coordinates. You're going to have to find those original coordinates, divide them by 2 to get your new coordinates. Highlight your original figure. Since I know that my scale factor is 1/2, it should be a smaller triangle. It's a reduction. Similar figure, same shape, different size. Number 9, graph the image of the rhombus below using a scale factor of 1/5. Again, that's a pretty scale factor. All you have to do is divide by 5. So again, this one is a reduction. So you're going to plot the original points, S, T, U, V. And then you're going to divide each of them by 5 to put them here. We know our original figure, so we can highlight it. Your new figure should be a reduction. Similar figure, same shape, different size. Same shape, and it's going to be much, much smaller. If I'm taking 1/5 out of it. Number 10, we have your scale factor again. It's not so pretty, so you're going to have to work that one out as we did number 6. Okay, so again, list Q, U, A, D. Show your work. Put them down here. And on the 2 12s down here, you're going to have to show your scale factor. This one's an enlargement. Because if I look at my N and my N, which one is my original? This one is N, this one's N prime. So your original is this one right here with no tick marks. Same thing with this one, your original H and H prime. Original is your H. And you're going to have to find your scale factors on this. And remember, scale factor is the image divided by your original. This one is a reduction. Okay. If you have any questions, leave comments. Thank you.